How we doing, my friends? Your Florida History Hunter, and we're at Ellis Acre Reserve, which is a county park in Lake County that skirts Lake Akron, which at one time there was actually a community named Akron, just outside of Paisley. So this is our first time exploring this park, and it's a hiking trail. There's no motorized vehicles or horseback cycling allowed. I don't think they allow cycling either. It's a very clearly laid out trails. Got little marker flags, little explanations of the local flora. See bat houses erected every place. So hope you're enjoying going along with us on this walkabout, hikeabout today. This topography here is prime gopher tortoise habitat. They like the open sort of fields, the cacti, lots of cactus here. I'm sure we're gonna find some burrows. We're just gonna step off the trail just a little bit here. This looks like a fun place to hike right here. We're also taking note of our direction of travel right now. We got the sun behind us, so we want to make sure when we come out of here that we're going in that direction. We also got a tower, so we know that we want to get to that tower, then get to the left side of that tower to get out of here. Just taking some reference points. It's always good to do that too when you're hiking, people. You know, take a moment to get your bearing. Looks like we're coming back to a clearly marked path again. Looks like a pretty good sized trail here. And yes, it is. Coming up into a something that might possibly be private property here. And yes, so we got private property, and we got Lake County over here. And lovely Very lovely here. Got some cows. Who doesn't like cows? Cows are always fun. Beautiful place to live. They've got a tiny house. Come up a little further and we'll turn. You can see somebody living in a tiny house. And they got cows. Cows are fun. Moo cow. Moo cow. Hey, moo cow. Yeah, moo cow. Moo cow. Moo cow. Moo. Moo. The cow's just giving me this stare down and peeing. Could care less. In case you're joining us today, it's your Florida History Hunter, and we are looking for Akron, Lake Akron, or the ghost town of Akron. Interesting, I can't see it, but way out there in the back 40 I just saw a deer, like a young one. Another hot day here in Central Florida. Another hot day across the country. Making sure we stay hydrated. So you're with your Florida History Hunter. We're searching for a ghost town, and we're gonna power down the camera for a little bit and let it cool down a little bit, and we'll be back shortly. Thanks for watching. Click that like button and subscribe to our channel if you like our content. Thanks for watching. Hello my friends, your Florida History Hunter. And we're back on the hunt again, looking for that ghost town. It's supposed to be back here somewhere. So we're looking for Akron. And this is a bikeable park. I wasn't sure if it was or was not. And supposedly there's a lake out here someplace. Right now we're sort of in a little bit of an oak hammock, the outer perimeter of one. You can sort of go back up in here and into the actual oak hammock. You can get a feel for what an oak hammock is, in case you don't know what one is. This is what would be considered an oak hammock. There's some live oaks, and sort of in a ring of sorts. You can see it sort of runs down that way, linear, and it's elevated. It's hard to get a feel for what's going on outside of this area, but it's sort of downhill from there. Hammocks tend to be up a little higher than the surrounding land. And we're sort of up on a hill right here, and it goes downhill that way, and then again downhill on both sides as the oak hammock runs its course this way. And I'm seeing a lot of ferns. This is sort of like what I consider like the standard fern that made the fern industry in Central Florida. And I do believe that these are escapees from a fernery. They seem to be everywhere in this part of the park anyway. I could see all the ferns growing off to the side, both ways. There's a beautiful, majestic live oak with a canopy on that. Some of the majestic old live oaks, actually the branches come and touch the ground again. Kind of looks like an octopus. And then they go back up in the air again. I've seen one of the biggest live oaks in the state of Florida had gotten damaged during one of the major storms. And a branch broke. Yeah, I'm looking at this because this is a piece of an old teacup. Where there's teacups, there's tea. Where there's teetotalers. Yeah, it's hard to know. We could have passed a homestead that was back here. Information's really spotty. It's a lot of like, sort of like between here and there, and here and there, and north of here, and across from here and there. And then you're here, there. Which is kind of like the directions I had to find this grave site, which was to go up to the highway, turn right on this road that turns into a dirt road, and then turn left on a dirt road. Well, just from the turn off from the one highway to the next one, there's probably 25 or 30 dirt roads cutting off to the right. And numerous ones that start out paved and turned into dirt. Be nice to know where that lake is at. I've not seen any definitive markers that say lake. The fuck I left it in the car. Hey my friends, Florida history hunter, and I just heard some noise in the bush. Let's go see what it was. Over here. Oh, I see it. I saw a turkey. They all ran into the bush. I saw them go that way. They came out from that other side of that little water hole right there. So this is your Florida history hunter. I was hoping to intercept some turkeys, and we're still in the hunt for Akron or Lake Akron. Find some shade. Sweating profusely. It's very hot today. High 90s, 100 plus heat index, Central Florida. And we're looking for this lake or evidence of the community associated with this lake. And I just a few moments ago realized I didn't have my communicator with me, hoping I left it in the car and didn't drop it, because it'll be a drag to have to retrace my steps which I've done before. I'm saying it's not the first time. I actually dropped my my pickaxe yesterday. Hiked all the way back, and it was within 20 feet of the car. And I lost that same one before. Okay, so look, here we found the lake. There's a little bit of information about lakes in general and wildlife and all. Nothing specific to just this lake. A blurb about bird watching and birds of feather industry and the importance of not feeding the animals. And here's the infamous warning: no swimming, no fishing, and of course, alligators and snakes. Do not feed the wildlife. Do not feed the wildlife. Yeah, no swimming. A person would have to be out of their mind to want to traverse through that to go swimming in that lake. We're gonna venture out just to the tree line here. And you can see it. It gets wet. And can you see a trail meandering through there? Yeah, that's you don't want to know what's coming in and out of here. Look, it's trail goes off that way. I don't know if you guys can see that or not, but there's been something walking through here regularly. See, somebody actually has a house on the lake. So, look, no trespassing. Well, we're not trespassing. We're authorized. There's a bit of a difference there. So, this trail skirts the rim of the lake. And got the sun beating down on my neck. I'm going to be a certified, verified redneck before the end of this hike. Might take note that, you know, summertime, very hard hiking and exploring here in Florida. You know, it's hard to see anything off the trail this time of the year. All the vegetation's really high. Insect population has exploded, and it's hard to see anything hiding on the trail or off the trail when the trail gets like this right here. And this is where one needs to be very careful and observant. You don't stick your foot down next to a rattlesnake. And there's a few different kinds of rattlers in this part of Florida. And they just love stuff like this. Okay, so we have a bird feather. And don't take anything. Leave everything here. You're not supposed to remove anything. Those bird feathers. Looks like we're starting to work our way away from the lake, heading back inland. Well, yeah, not exactly going to call it inland, but back into the woods. It's a good thing. Use a little shade. Much better. And we're getting back into more ferns. Just came out of a bunch of high grass. Now we're getting back into ferns again. see evidence of rooting. Right here you can see it a little bit down here and there. Animals have been digging, looking for those bugs. Alright, so I can see my tower again. And just getting ready to grab some more hydration. I got a rule of thumb: when you're just down to your second and last bottle of fluids, you need to turn around there. You need to save at least a full bottle plus for your trip back and take small sips. So I'll take a mouthful and I'll hold it, and then I'll down that mouthful in 4, 5, 6 small swallows. If you do that, it'll make your drinking supply last longer, and you'll actually be able to absorb that in your system easier and take less of a chance of body shock. And too many people want to get a hold of water when they're really thirsty beyond belief, and they want to get into guzzling. And depending on the condition, different conditions. Okay, so we're at a crossroads here. There's our tower, and we want to head back to our tower. Excuse me. So if you're into like heat exhaustion stages, you absorb too much water, or the opposite of absorb it, you drink too much water, your body can't absorb it, and it'll overload your system, and it could put you into shock and kill you. So we really need to be out in that tree line instead of out in the middle of a field. Look at this. These aren't even real trees. They're just some kind of cheap bush. But they've grown into a forest. I hear a breeze, but it's hot air. Always studying the ground, my friends. My treasure is not floating in the sky. My treasure is found on the ground. Uh-oh. Look at this. Tower. Okay. So, we do know that our tower only had 3 antennae on the top. So this should be our final run back to the parking lot, with the possibility of one more mild left curve someplace. In case you're joining us, you're a Florida history hunter, and we were in search of Akron, and or Lake Akron, which we finally found Lake Akron. And we're heading back to the car. We're just about out of drinking water, so time is right to call off the hunt and cool down and regroup, and we're going to formulate a plan for. It's kind of interesting. Going to formulate a plan for another hike a little later today. And thank you for joining us here in Lake County, Florida. I'm trying to get back to the car. And we're taking the upland route instead of through the woods. It looks like they just get on a lawnmower and start driving around, making new trails here. I'm guessing for sure that this wasn't the path last year. At some point we need to be over that way. This may be leading me away from where I want to be going. So I'm going to give this about 2 minutes, 3 more minutes. And if I don't come across the left turn, we're going to do a 180 and cut back. It's excessively hot out here. Whew. I'm guessing heat index is putting us right around 105 degrees Fahrenheit. I will say that one needs to be in pretty peak physical condition, physically, mentally, spiritually, and look at this. There's a trail towards the direction I want to be. Back to the woods. So here we go. Well, this is interesting. This is a monitoring well. Look, there's another monitoring well. Purple passion flower. That's a favorite of a lot of people here in Florida. Purple passion flower. It's growing everywhere. And where there's passion flowers, you get passion fruits. And who doesn't like a nice, tasty passion fruit? I know I do. Oh, look at this. I'm gonna grab some shade. Oh, that's like an instant 20 degrees cooler right here. Just getting out of the sun. Hat off. Let the hot, steamy sweat off the top of the head for a couple moments. Well, there we have it. We're going to make a dash for the next shade. There's a longleaf pine. It's not going to make it. Looks like it got pushed over. Possibly heavy winds or something. All right, here's the main path. We came in and we went to the right. All right, we're on our uphill slope back to the car, and hopefully that's where my phone is, and I don't have to do a 180 and retrace. It's only between 45 and 55% of my hike. Nice thing is there's nobody here, unless some gopher tortoise or some magpie or something comes around and grabs. Is there another parking lot? C? Where the fuck is C? A, B, C. A. How we doing, my friends? We're still looking for our crossroad here, so I think this would be it. This one. This should put trail numbers on it, not just arrows. So you know if you're on trail A, B, C, D, or maybe F, none of the above. I'm seeing a fence post right there. Oh, property marker. At some point there's got to be another right turn. That doesn't look like it. This may be. Let's see what this does. I think this is the road to the cows. Yes, it is. Okay, we're on our last run to the correct parking lot. Interesting that there's a second parking lot. That's good to know. That'll save me hiking time next trip. Hydration time. Remember, when you rehydrate, a mouthful and then sip it down slowly in a couple swallows. One or two in a row, and that's it. Put your fluids back in the put your bottle back in your carry case or your bag. I see a deer up ahead. He's gonna run across the trail. There he goes. And there's a baby. There's a baby up there too. And the baby's gonna freeze until we pass. Now she's on a spook, and she's gonna try to jump the fence at an angle, and she can't do it. Okay. She's stuck. There she goes. She found a way to pass through. In case you're joining us, this is your Florida History Hunter. We're on the return to the parking lot from trying to locate the ghost town of Akron, or Lake Akron. We were able to get to the lake, and we're going to save exploring the area for when the weather cools down a bit. We're in the middle of summer here, and it's well over 100-degree heat index today. Like they say in Jamaica, I'm gonna be 96 degrees in the shade. Real hot. So we're up, working our way up the last of the ridge, passing this vast farm, a ranch here. It's all cows. This is a designated wildlife habitat area in Lake County. Hi cow, moo cow. There's our cow again. Moo cow. Hi cow. Hoping to be curious and come say hi. but not too curious. I see a spot over to that side that looks like it's a hole. Might be worthy of exploring sometime. You know, nice breeze right here. Tempted to hunker down for a moment and enjoy it. Feels good. Oh my goodness. Oh. Oh. There's some zebra longwing. This is the Florida state butterfly. Right there. This is zebra longwing. Florida state butterfly. Here's our ferns again. Starting to see ferns mixed in with the palms. It goes right down into where some oak trees are. I wonder if there's a hole over there. Right. Back to the heat. Get up underneath our hat. One more drink for the last stretch. I'm being urged. I got the vibe to go this way. Don, go this way. We're gonna go this way and see why I'm being pulled over here. Oh, because it's a cool spot. See, the breeze is blowing. Well, there's a good reason to be drawn in this direction. All right, here we go. The last leg. A little bit of a breeze. That's nice. A lot of breeze here. Seeing quite a lot of the passion flower, and then it's also an awful lot of the nettle, the stinging nettle, and that's this one right here. That's that one right there. That stuff will light you on fire if you rub up against it. It hurts. There we go. I'm not sure what this is, but I do know that the hummingbirds really love this plant. Nice to see it growing out here. Oh, it also appears that the other parking lot cannot be accessed unless you got a key. So thanks for joining us, the Florida History Hunter. We were on the road of discovery in search of the ghost town of Akron. And we did locate Lake Akron, and so we're going to return to this area in about 6 months when it's not 105-degree heat index, and we're going to go explore and try to find evidence of the ghost town. Thanks for watching. Click that like button, subscribe to our channel if you got the opportunity. Thanks. Have a good day.